Hey, we're here together in Horizon, and this is the first time that we've done this at Connect. And
woo! It just does not, ladies and gentlemen, get old. Now, what you just witnessed there was a little bit of that old metaverse. Now, let's be upfront and real here, okay? What's to recap? Obviously, I know, in my personal opinion, that the metaverses that are released these days are completely soulless. Look, I'm from the internet generation. I used to play games like World of Warcraft, okay? Heck, I even played Final Fantasy 14 when it wasn't good, okay? And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I even played Habbo Hotel, RPGWO, everything under the sun. So I know a way around digital metaverses and MMORPGs. Obviously, let's be upfront and real. Nothing that Meta has shown with Horizon Worlds is ever any good. Obviously, you've all been roasting it for a long time, but of course, Mark Zuckerberg is not taking the meme to heart at this point. If you all have been following, Meta has actually been slowly dying, okay? Now, Meta used to be close to it used to be like a very, very, very valuable company in Silicon Valley. And in the matter of 1 year, ladies and gentlemen, it went down 60% in its stock value. Meaning that if you owned Meta in somewhere around October 2021, that stock was worth $328. As of today, it's currently worth $130. And at the relative time of filming this, who knows? Maybe it could just jump back up. I have no clue. Now, of course, this number has been dwindling ever since Mark Zuckerberg has been putting all of the eggs into the metaverse basket. Now, of course, obviously for a company like Facebook that doesn't really produce a lot of their own hardware to power their social media networks, they've always relied on the goodwill of Apple, Android manufacturers, Google. So basically get that crumb. Can I have a crumb of data, please? Of personal data? Until Apple came in and said, no, not anymore, son. You're getting out of here. Facebook has seen one hit, okay? Facebook got one kneecap broken right there. Then they started to put all their money into like Metaverse, Oculus, like VR goggles, and basically making an upgraded social media network that we just saw at the beginning of the video, Horizon Worlds and all that nonsense. And now they suddenly have got both kneecaps broken, all right? This is about to be a nugget at this point, let's be honest. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following it, Mark Zuckerberg has basically done a metaverse reveal. And if you actually look at it real quick, one of the biggest updates is you all can see nobody here in the metaverse actually has legs, okay? They're actually half cut out individuals. You've got all these different characters, some of them paying attention, some of them partying, and of course, Mark Zuckerberg is the guy up here, slightly looking better than the last time we saw him. Now, of course, one of the big reveals is he's got legs, so he's brought another Meta employee here, and now their legs are there, okay? It's all there. It's all present. Apparently, this is supposed to be a massive big deal to see them both walking around. But of course, while they absolutely have legs, at this point, they're not producing any shadows, which showcases that things are still being worked on in this weird version of Sword Art Online that we have to unfortunately live through. God damn, it's bad. Now, I don't want people to freak out personally. It turns out that these legs were not actually in real time. Meta actually said to enable this preview of what's to come, the segment featured animations created from motion capture. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what you saw there, as we like to call it in the gaming industry, a bullshot, meaning that it's not ready. That wasn't real. They're just trying to make it look real so they can pass off this nonsense to a gullible investor, or at least convince people that's where we're all headed. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I guess some would consider that to be a big deal, and those same people I could easily dangle my car keys in front of and probably reach the same desired effect, okay? That's all that it is. Now, of course, one thing to understand going past the leg shaking, obviously, Mark Zuckerberg did improve his 3D graphics. Back when we looked at the metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg was doing this like selfie in front of Roblox Eiffel Tower. But now, Mark Zuckerberg's been upgrading the technology. Now he looks like he's out of Fortnite, ladies and gentlemen. God damn! We're getting there, boys. We're hopefully gonna look real one day. It's so bad. bad. Now, of course, in this all, there's something cool that got announced, and that was the headset. Now, listen, as much crap as I give Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, one thing that I can absolutely passionately agree on is that Meta has actually created relatively affordable virtual reality. Now, of course, VR and mixed reality, these are like different headsets for different folks. Of course, there's some companies out there that are leading the pack. I would say Valve is a pretty good virtual reality leader, but Oculus, or Quest rather, Facebook's like VR headset, is a lot more affordable, and in a lot of cases, just much more easier to use compared to the rest. You put the goggles on, it does a lot of the tracking for you. It probably isn't as good as Valve's Index, but at the same time, we're getting to a point where you have to have a compromise between like absolute one-to-one tracking and convenience. And in that case, I gotta give Facebook some credit. Now, of course, they absolutely created the new Quest Pro, which is slightly sharper. It renders, I guess, slightly better, and it comes with a new Snapdragon processor, so hopefully it's a lot better in that regard. It's got some self-tracking, more RAM, and of course, less battery life than the Quest 2. Now, the Quest 2 is hanging on by a thread, but the absolute Quest Pro, I mean, if you're talking 1 to 2 hours battery life, like, congratulations, I guess I get to watch a movie. Now, this is not priced for the average Andy. This is priced at $1,500, okay? So, Dolans, if you will, if you're proud to get that. Now, listen, I'm already trying to, like, talk myself out of an RTX 4090. I would wager the RTX 4090 will give me more hours of fun than Metaverse's, like, Horizon Worlds. Now, then again, this is kind of the world they want to showcase, where, like, business owners can talk with Meta VR headsets, and it's more built towards augmented reality, okay? So, actually mixing the reality with, like, a bunch of stuff around us, okay? Kind of like what you see in the movies, I guess you could say. How great this will be, I don't know. Now, this isn't new. Microsoft's been doing this since 2015 with HoloLens. This is when Microsoft back in 2015 showcased them literally rendering a world of Minecraft onto a table using augmented reality, okay? This is like back in 2015, and since then, Microsoft's been pushing HoloLens, at least to companies as well. Meta is operating in the same market space as Microsoft, and of course, Microsoft's got that advantage going on for them. Again, I don't really care who wins in this regard, because I'm not running a business where I'm trying to contact and communicate with people using Meta Quest Pros. Mark believes in a world where we are going to be sitting wearing goggles and headsets the whole damn time trying to communicate with each other. Now, of course, they've invested in a lot of tech such as facial eye tracking technology. So when you put these headsets on, they're able to track absolute like facial features, facial tracking, like the absolute like if I started doing this, it would like look like an LA Noire render. Pretty cool stuff, I would say. Definitely interesting. I'm sure for a lot of people that are spread by long distances, it might be a cool, intimate thing. But for most people in business worlds, I don't imagine most businesses are going to go out of their way to purchase $1,500 headsets so they can all communicate with each other across the world when a television and a camera is suffice enough for that. I'm sure for collaborative purposes, it might be cool, but that's getting into a very niche market. And that's not going to make Facebook a mega rich company like it used to be. Now, what's also really wild about this is Facebook and Meta wants to get back into the data tracking game, obviously, with this headset. The reason why the eye and the facial tracking is so goddamn good is we're getting to a point where Facebook is like one step away from reading your mind. All right, imagine putting this headset on. They're able to get all that data off of your face, and that's going to help them better aggregate advertisements towards you. Now they're able to exactly identify what your emotions are going to be, your emotions directly off of the exact minute features of your facial expressions, which is kind of weird coming from a guy that used to tape, or still, I believe, tapes the webcam on their laptop. This dude knows how bad things can actually get in the world of cybersecurity, in the world of tracking. Yeah, this is the same guy pushing these draconian goggles onto you. Ladies and gentlemen, Facebook as a company is just baffling to me. Meta as a company is one of the most baffling things to me. It's so wild to see how within like a year or two that Meta, which was a once proud like super big FANG company, has absolutely dropped to the point where like I don't even consider them to be up there with Google, Microsoft, Apple. They're just kind of like out there and about doing their own thing at this point, playing around with goggles, making 3D versions of Habbo Hotel, and spending hundreds of millions of dollars, pissing it out the drain train and burning it around. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg is creating one of the most soulless metaverses ever. I don't know what the end game to this is, whether Mark just wants to burn everything around. I have no idea how Meta shareholders are letting this shit happen right in front of their eyeballs. This is a man that burned $71 billion of their net worth chasing the fact that they could make superior Roblox or Habbo Hotel. They've gotten to the point where they can have Fortnite level graphics if you're not rendering shadows. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. Do you think the legs are cool? Is that enough? Is that enough to make you sign on to Facebook and explore the metaverse with your grandma? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. The only thing cool about this is the fact that they've got VR headsets, and the VR headsets seem relatively affordable for what they're offering. Not the Pro version. I'm sure the Quest 3 might be better priced than whatever they're offering for their business clientele. But other than that, cannot be excited with how they're planning to take this company forward. Nobody is that excited about chilling around in the metaverse, okay? There's maximum, 11 people on at one given chance. It's not even like you get to hang out with thousands of people in one lobby anyways, as far as I've been able to experience. But ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar. This is one of the saddest ways to see a company die. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.